QuickBooks Pro Plus Desktop 2022 OneNote presentation, sales by customer and income by customer reports. Let's get into it with Intuit QuickBooks Pro Plus Desktop 2022. If you have access to OneNote, would like to follow along, icon left-hand side, topic introductions 4080, sales by customer and income by customer reports. Also take a look at the immersive reader tool, topic introductions, also in the text area with the same name, same number, but with transcripts that can be translated into multiple language, either listened to or read in them. Same name and number as presentations as well. Topic introductions designed to give an introduction to the topic, provide screenshots, links when applicable, give accounting background to complement the presentations, can be used to follow along with the presentations as well if you don't have access to the software at that time. Closing the icon on the left-hand side, looking at our reports drop-down, the sales area, that's the section that we're going to be looking into at this point, which you could find in the drop-down or by going to the report center. Sales on the left-hand side, same layout of the reports. Sales by customer summary. So here's our sales by customer. When we're looking at the sales line item, we're going to be comparing or matching this information up to, or in other words, the reports are supporting and a line item on the financial statement report of the income statement or profit and loss of sales or revenue. So that's breaking that information out by who we sold to by customers here, and that end number should typically tie out to the line item on the income statement. So when we're making sales in terms of the home page, looking at the home page now, that will typically be made with the creation of the invoice or the creation of the sales receipt. Note that if you are entering sales directly from something like bank feeds and you're not adding the customer, then you're not going to have that added detail to be able to break out the sales by customer. So when you're looking at and setting up your accounting system, keep that in mind, that you would like that have that extra level if possible, and you can weigh the pros and cons depending on your accounting system. So we're in the sales here, sales by customer detail, similar report. So now we got the sales broken out by customer, but giving the detail, typically including the invoices that were provided by customer here. Then we might have the sales receipts as well, depending on how the system is set up, the two types of forms that would result in sales, invoices, sales receipts. And we're now in the customer center, looking at the customer and jobs, and we can then see and sort these items by outstanding balances, which would match the accounts payable, or look at individuals and then look at the detail for the transactions that are taking place on the right-hand side, which would give us some similar information as these sales types reports, given dependent upon what our circumstances are and what we're looking for. Then we have the sales on the left-hand side again. We're looking at the sales by ship to address. So we can break out the sales by ship to address if this would be a relevant report for us. Another way that we could sort the sales line item, something that's nice within a database program so they can tie out and make these different reports based on different items. Then we're going to be looking next at the sales by items reports on down below. This is the other way that we can break out the sales. When we think about sales line item on the income statement, you could break it out then by who we sold it to, customer, also by items, by what we sold, inventory items and service items. So here's the sales by items summary. So we got the quantity, amount, the percent of the sales, the average price, the cost of goods sold, these being applicable if you're selling inventory items, not if you're talking about sales items related to service items, average cost of goods sold, gross margin, and so on. We've got the inventory items that are listed here, and then the parts items on down below. We then have the reports on the sales report, sales by item details, similar information, now giving us the detail for each of the items and the invoices that are related to that detail. Back into the sales reports tab, and so we've got the sales by rep summary. If you have sales reps, then that would be applicable. Not all businesses will have that as an applicable report. That's going to be the sales by, and then the sales by rep detail as well. So those two reports would be applicable to certain types of industries.